That's good. That's good.
What's up, beautiful people? My name is Derek Standifer, aka Ayana's daddy, aka Derek Jr.'s papa, aka my parents' son. And I have the honor, privilege, and pleasure to interview Dr. Pamela Hightower. Dr. Hightower, how are you, good man?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm absolutely wonderful. Thank you for agreeing to do the interview. It's an honor to have you on the show, and we're excited to get to know a little bit about you and your campaign.
Thank you.
Okay, let me make this public. And we're good to go. Okay, so before we get started, can you give us some background information about who you are? What are you doing? What's going on?
Good afternoon. Thank you again for having me. As you said, I am Dr. Pam Hightower. I am a 40-year veteran educator in Leon County School District. I have a bachelor's and master's degree in elementary education and a PhD in educational leadership. And I've served over 40 years at various schools in the district. I started out, of course, as a parent and a volunteer, a paraprofessional, a teacher, primary specialist, assistant principal, a principal at the school level. And then at the district level, I was the homeless coordinator, the McKinney-Vento homeless coordinator, and the Title I director. I have served from Northside Cologne Lakes Elementary School to central located Appalachia Elementary School to Westside Carolyn Bavard Elementary and Southside Bond and Western Elementary Schools. I So I've been all over the district and I've had a wonderful career in Leon County District. And so I'm just excited about what the future holds for my children, myself, and the future of Leon County. I have a proven track record of a success. I have worked successfully with low performing schools. That was my last 3 years, working with 7 low performing schools. And out of those 7, we were able to turn 5 of those schools around from a D to a C, or even one from an F to a C, with support of some very, very competent teachers and staffs at those schools, as well as the leadership. I was very fortunate in 2004 to have an opportunity to go to Western School. That was the only F school in the district. And I was able to turn that school around with my super staff and teachers. And as I said, we didn't change anything, but just changed the way we looked at the students and the approach that we had with them. So that's who I am. And that's what I bring to the table.
First of all, you have an amazing, extensive resume. So thank you for sharing that information about your background and your service to the students. Two, you praised your staff and your team before. You gave your accolades, but you also made sure you praised your staff and your team. So that's the kind of leadership that we're looking for in Leon County to deflect the praise. Three, I am currently pursuing my PhD in educational leadership right now at Florida A&M. So I'm excited to follow in your footsteps, Dr. Hightower.
We need great leaders coming behind us.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. So, Solving Sundays here, we juxtapose solving the Rubik's Cube to solving life. So the first step of solving the Rubik's Cube, the first step of solving life is to believe. So, what is the goal? What is your goal for Leon County Schools, and how do you believe that you can make this goal happen?
First of all, I believe that every child, regardless of their circumstances, regardless of their zip code, regardless of their socioeconomic status or ethnicity, wherever they're from, I believe that every child is entitled to a high quality education. I want every child to graduate career ready or college ready. I want to make sure that they're learning in a caring and nurturing environment. I want to make sure that teachers are teaching in a safe and nurturing and caring environment. So my goal for Leon County is to make us an A+ school district.
An A+ school district. Okay, so we have to go now. If you can, one that's a high goal, and if you can, how would you approach it? How would you get Leon County schools to an A+ school district?
First of all, we got to know where we are. So we have to look at the data. We have to analyze our data. We have schools that are lowest 300. We need to look at our reading, math, science, all of our data to make a plan to where we want to go. We know where we are. This is what it's going to take us. We want to be an A+ district. What do we need to do in between to get there? We've got to have high quality teachers. We got to recruit and retain teachers. We got to have a curriculum that addresses the needs of all of our students. We got to put the human and fiscal resources in our schools to make sure that our schools are getting the resources that they need. And we got to involve our parents. We got to make sure that parents are involved and our community is involved. And we got to listen to our teachers, give them what they need and let them do their jobs.
Mm, mm. Amazing answer, Dr. Hightower. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Step two of solving the Rubik's Cube, step two of solving life is to solve your cross. Now, solving your cross is to identify your why, your reasons. So, why is this goal important? And why are you the right person to accomplish these goals?
Why is this goal important? When we look and we have about 40% of our third graders not reading on grade level, that's not acceptable. When we have 59% graduation rate at high school, that is not acceptable. And how are
Mm,
we going to close those gaps? Is by making sure that our students have a quality education. We talk about the crime rate. We got to make sure that we're educating them. And it starts at the elementary level. So where we want to start is we want to make sure we're starting at the pre-K level, that we're increasing our early childhood programs to make sure that our students are starting early. By increasing those, we have vacant classrooms. I want to make sure that we're increasing, putting students in those classrooms that we have empty so that we're making sure that we are starting early. The second thing we want to do, we said making sure we have a safe environment. When we say a safe environment, I'm not only talking about the physical, the building, I mean a safe, the whole child, that we're educating the whole child, that it's a safe environment. We're looking at the mental health, the physical health, the emotional health for all of our students and staff. And by doing that, we want to make sure that we have trained mental health counselors and that we're working with our community, especially our African American community. Because a lot of time we looked at mental health, we don't want to accept that, or we don't know enough about it to understand it. So by educating our African American community, some of those things that our students are experiencing, parents will be able to see those. Our community will be able to see those. So I want to make sure that we have trained mental health counselors in our school, but also working within our community to train our parents and our teachers as well. As I said, I want to close the achievement gap. If about 39% of our third graders are not reading on grade level, we build prisons based on the students who can't read in third grade. So we want to make sure that we are narrowing that gap. How am I going to do that? We're going to do that by recruiting and retaining high quality teachers. And how are we going to do that? We've got to pay them. We've got to give them, we don't have all the money, but we can give them better insurance. We can give them better insurance. We can give them better working conditions. We can give them the resources that they need in order to be successful in their job. And we can show our appreciation to them. As I said the other day, I don't think that there's a home in this country, there's not a home in this nation that does not appreciate the role that teachers and educators play. And that's from the bus drivers to the cafeteria workers to everyone. I had a friend to tell me, he said, I need to go back and hug my cafeteria worker because now I'm having to be the lunchroom. I got to do everything, the
mm,
teacher. And also, I think we have a whole different appreciation for them. So I want to include our community and showing our appreciation to our teachers, letting them know that we truly appreciate them. We always do that. They were essential workers. Now the country knows that they're essential workers. So we got to treat them that way. We got to pay them like they're essential workers. We got to appreciate and show our appreciations to them. So I would go about making sure that we are doing that in a way that they can feel that, not just by talking, but actually putting our actions into place.
Come on, Dr. Hightower. Come on, Dr. Hightower. Your passion exuberates through your words. I'm so grateful for you sharing your wisdom with us. Thank you so much for that. Um, so step three of solving the Rubik's Cube is to fill in the corners. Now, filling in the corners means to immerse yourself in a positive environment, one that is conducive to your prosperity and your well-being. What kind of environment do you plan to create at Leon County Schools once you become superintendent?
First of all, I want to make sure that everyone is included, everybody's voice is heard. And we do that by having conversations, by communicating, by talking. Relationships. That is the key. Making sure that we have positive relationships. When people know that you care about them, they'll work hard for you. I think that building strong teams requires building strong relationships. When we build strong relationships, then we build strong teams. Strong teams move schools. So it is not the superintendent. The superintendent sets the vision. It's the people that are working with us to make that a shared vision. I know what I want to do, but I need workers in order to do that. In order to do that, there's something that says no one rises to low expectations. We got to set the bar high and expect people to rise to the bar. We've also got to make sure that we're including everyone everyone at the table. We got to include, if the teachers are on the front line to do the job, then we got to listen to them and make sure they're at the table when we're putting these plans in place. We need the community, we need our school board, we need all of our stakeholders working together. We need our resources from our churches, from our resources from the county. We need all of us working together because we have some problems that are too big for school. They're not only school problems, it's a community problem. In order to have that happen, we got to have everybody at the table talking. And when we get the plan, we got to put the plan in motion and put checkpoints along the way. So if we say that we want to close the achievement gap by this time next year, we need to have this many students that are graduating college or career ready, or this many students that are passed, then we got to have checkpoints along the way. So we are monitoring our progress so we'll know what the problems that we've got to go in and fix so that we'll know how we're going to reach those goals when we get to the end.
You just said no one rises to low expectations. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much. I'm currently doing research on the Robert Hungerford School in Eatonville, Florida. And that school was so inclusive in the community. The business owners in the community were on the board of trustees for the school. The mayor was a part of the board of trustees. The school was, and everyone in the community understood how valuable the school was to the community. And everybody in the community invested resources, whether it was financial donations or in-kind donations, making sure this school can grow and build and prosper. So thank you for including that on your platform, Dr. Hightower.
And I would like to also add to that, when I turned the school around with my staff at Weston, at Bond, and all of those schools, FAMU played an awesome part in that. Florida State played a part. We had hundreds of mentors on campus. I had business partners that came in every Friday, did ice cream social for those students who met their goal for that week. They gave computers, they gave bicycles, because the whole community, it does take a community. It took the whole community. They embraced us, they wrapped their arms around us and made sure we had what we needed, and the students had what they needed as well.
And it's a powerful thing when the school wants to make the stakeholders proud. When they want to make the community proud, they rise to a higher level of expectation. So definitely need to incorporate it into our school system. Rachel, she said, yes, listen to the teachers, community, and stakeholders. Thank you for that comment, good man. Thank you for that comment. Okay, so step 4 of solving the Rubik's Cube, step 4 of solving life is to take it to the next level. Now here you see the second row, the entire second row of the Rubik's Cube is solved. Now that means to continue to grow, to continue to get better. And you mentioned some of these already, but how will you help the district grow and improve?
We have to grow. I would help the district to grow by, as I said, first of all, listening. We've got to go in the first week. We've got to sit down and look at our data. We've got to see where we are. And then we got to develop a plan with all the stakeholders there. And how are we going to do that? We're going to do that with a strategic plan with everyone involved. We're going to make sure that we're forward thinking, that we're being fiscal responsible, that we're going to make students and teachers and employees our top priority. The classroom has to be the top priority because that's why schools exist, because of our children, all of our children. So we want to make sure that our students are our top priority. We make sure that if a school has a need, we got to make sure that those needs are met. Some schools need one thing, some schools need another thing, but we got to also make sure that we have a common curriculum. Especially, I have worked in Title I schools for 20 some plus years. And so our students go from school to school several times throughout that year. So if I start at one school and I end up in 3 different schools, but I'm in a different book here and I'm a different place there, then it's going to be hard. We have a common reading program, a common math program. We need those resources to be common resources. So as students move about, they're able to still get the kind of assistance they need and the help that they need, whatever school they're in. And we have a high mobility rate in our Title I school. So making sure that we're using some common material. So as students move from school to school, those materials are in place. And I know we do a lot of that already, but making sure we're doing that and making sure we're progress monitoring to make sure that all of our students, we know that we're doing a temperature check to see where they are, so we continue to make those adjustments and move those students forward. I say working with our school board, our teachers and administrators to develop this comprehensive plan and making sure we're keeping our finger on the pulse. I think that we're going to gain the respect of the community. We're going to gain the respect of all of our employees. And together, if we do that together, we will all rise.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that, Dr. Hightower. So we're now in the 5th and the final step of solving the Rubik's Cube. And the last step is to see the bigger picture. And that means to keep your commitment to your commitments during the trying times. So when you're battling the storm your role as being a county superintendent, how will you keep your commitment to your commitments and make sure the job gets done?
First of all, I'm a woman to my word. My mama and my dad always taught me, if you make a promise, you keep it. So
Mm.
how am I going to keep that commitment? I expect you, the public, to help me to keep that commitment. I want to have a report card. This is what I said I want to do. So okay, if I said I want to do, after we develop that plan, then okay, the first year, the second year, the third year. Let's have a report card at the end of the first year. How did I do? Where am I with my goals? The next year, the next year. So hold me accountable. So I will put a plan in and have my own report card. Let's talk about where I am. Let's look at the data. If the data, we can know what the graduation rate is going to show. It's going to give us that every year. We're going to have tests and it's going to tell us whether our students are reading or doing math or whatever on grade level. The community is going to let me know by a survey, by however means that we come up, what am I doing? Am I meeting the goals? So let's give me a report card. We give kids a report card. Let's grade me and my role. Am I A, B, C? Am I failing? Am I almost there? I will have a report card in place so you can grade me and let me know where I am so that I know when I get to my goal that I'm going to be an A+ school.
Dr. Pamela Hightower, good people. First of all, thank you for showing us and walking us through your 5 steps of how you saw the twists and turns in your journey to become Leon County Superintendent. You're highly endorsed by me. Thank you for your sharing your wisdom. And it's an honor to interview you. We have Miss Lynn Descartes. She says, Dr. Hightower, I adore you. Thank you for making me a better educator. So you got some fans on here, Dr. Hightower. Cheryl Mars. She says, you are truly a woman of your word. Jakiva, she says, yes, the report card. I love that. Thank you for, I appreciate people who hold themselves accountable. We have Miss Davis, listening in from the Woodville area. You have my support and vote. Okay. And Cheryl Mars, yes. Okay, cool. Dr. Hightower, like I said, it has been an honor, truly a pleasure, and a privilege to interview you. You have my vote. You definitely have my
Thank
vote. And you
you.
have a lot of other people's votes. And we hopefully look forward to seeing you and the work that you will be doing in Leon County. Y'all be safe. Those of y'all who are watching, y'all be safe like a bank vault. Y'all be blessed like a sneeze. Peace. Dr. Hightower, stay on for me. Hello, we got Walker Thompson. She says, amazing woman. A lot of people have came in to watch the interview and interview you and are praising you. Linda Carter, she says, this is Miss Cotton. I cannot wait to get with her this semester about virtual learning. Cheryl Mars, I work for her and I know she is sincere. You have a lot of endorsements. This is amazing. A
Thank
lot of
you.
endorsements coming through. So yeah, those are all the comments. This is a active crowd. You got a lot of fans here. A lot of people support you and your vision. And we can't wait to see. And Dr. Strobel, Bruce Strobel, he reached out to me on your behalf, and he's a highly respected individual in the
He
community.
really is.
And he's doing a lot of work behind your campaign. So we are grateful for him and his services. All right. But Dr. Hightower, thank you again from the top of my heart to the bottom of my soul. Thank you. And you be
And
blessed.
thank you so much for having me. And I asked you to come out on November 3rd, vote Pam Hightower for Leon County Superintendent. So together we will all rise.
All right. And Dr. Hightower accepts excellence only. We can't go wrong. Well, the comment, I can't stop until the comment starts. So let's see what she said. She was my principal and a great woman. Y'all, these are genuine testimonies. People, this is not scripted. People are coming in just to sharing the praise for Dr. Hightower and the work that she has done. Anthony DeMarco, 100% Hightower. 100%. These are a lot of people endorsing you. The comments just steadily rolling in. So yeah. November 3rd. Let's get out. Let's get her in office. We need some change. These are times right now we need a lot of the principles that she put on implemented on her platform. Go, Dr. Hightower. You got this. Okay. Cool. All right, good people. Dr.
Thank
Hightower,
you.
you're a hardworking individual. We're gonna let you get back to the grind. I know it's been a busy campaign for you. So let's get back to the grind and let's get you elected.
Thank you. Be blessed.
Like a sneeze. Yeah.